मैं हूँ रश्मि चौधरी एंड वेलकम टू दिस वीडियो सीरीज। यहाँ हम कवर करेंगे नितिन सिंघानिया की आर्ट एंड कल्चर की फिफ्थ एडिशन जो कि लेटेस्ट एडिशन है। इस किताब को हम थॉरली रीड करेंगे, जहाँ ज़रूरत पड़ेगी समझाएंगे भी, और साथ ही यूपीएससी और स्टेट पीएससीज में आए हुए प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करेंगे। इस सीरीज में एक वीडियो 30 से 35 मिनट्स की होगी, बट इफेक्टिव होगी। 40 से 45 लेक्चर्स में पूरी किताब कवर हो जाएगी। अगर आपने ये सीरीज 3 से 4 बार देख ली तो बिल्कुल ये किताब आपके दिमाग में छप जाएगी एंड योर एक्यूरेसी विल डेफिनेटली इंक्रीज। ऑल्सो आपका रिवीजन काफी आसान हो जाएगा। तो अगर आपको रिवीजन के साथ साथ वैल्यू एडिशन भी करना है तो ये सीरीज पूरी फॉलो करें। आपको बस अपने पास ये किताब रख कर मुझे सुनना है और इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स मार्क करने हैं। सो विदाउट एनी फर्दर डिले लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड।
हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल घटना सूत्र। यहाँ हम कवर कर रहे हैं नितिन सिंघानिया की आर्ट एंड कल्चर की फिफ्थ एडिशन की किताब जो कि लेटेस्ट एडिशन है। और हमने 15 चैप्टर्स कंप्लीट कर लिए हैं। आज हम स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं विद द 16 चैप्टर विच इज अबाउट लैंग्वेजेस इन इंडिया। सो इंट्रोडक्शन। The writings during the entire era of history have reflected the culture, lifestyle, and polity of the contemporary society. In this process, each culture evolved its own language and created a huge literary base. This enormous base of literature provides us a glimpse of the evolution of each of its languages and culture through the span of centuries. Language, in its literary meaning, is a system of communication through speech, a collection of sound that a group of people understand to have the same meaning. A language family includes individual languages related through a common ancestor that existed before the recorded history. Dialect is a form of language spoken in a local area. It is noteworthy that several dialects can be derived from a particular language. Braj, Awadhi, Haryanvi, etc. are all the dialects of the Hindi language. The languages spoken around the various corners of India belong to several language families, where most of them belong to the Indo-Aryan group of languages. This Indo-Aryan group was born out of the Indo-European family. However, there are some language groups which are indigenous to the Indian subcontinent. अब अगर हम क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस की बात करें तो लैंग्वेजेस इन इंडिया क्लासिफाइड इनटू द फॉलोइंग मेजर सब ग्रुप्स। पहला है इंडो आर्यन ग्रुप। इससे एक क्वेश्चन सीडीएस 2021 में आया हुआ है जिसमें पूछा गया था लार्जेस्ट लिंग्विस्टिक ग्रुप इन इंडिया कौन सा है, तो इट इज इंडो आर्यन ग्रुप। अब इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस को इंडो आर्यन ग्रुप, द्रविडियन ग्रुप, साइनो तिबेटियन ग्रुप, निग्रोइड ग्रुप, ऑस्ट्रिक ग्रुप और अदर्स में बांटा गया है। एक एक करके पढ़ेंगे। Indo-Aryan group of languages. It is a branch of larger Indo-European family. The Indo-European languages are a language family native to the overwhelming majority of Europe. The Iranian plateau and the northern Indian subcontinent. It is the largest language group in India. यहाँ पे ये question CDS 2021 वाला, and around 74% of the Indians speak these languages belonging to this group. This language group is further divided into three subgroups depending upon the time period of their origin. सबसे पहले Old Indo-Aryan group. So this group had its development around 1500 BC, and Sanskrit was born out of this group. Very important. The ancient form of Sanskrit is what is found in Vedas. Even the Upanishads, Puranas, and Dharma Sutras were all written in Sanskrit. It can be said that Sanskrit is the mother of many Indian languages. An understanding of the diversity and richness of our culture has been made possible because of the development of the Sanskrit language during those times. It is the most ancient language of India and one of the 22 scheduled languages listed in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. ये आपको याद रखना है कि scheduled languages कहाँ है 8th schedule में, और दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इससे मल्टीपल क्वेश्चंस आए हैं जो कि हम आगे पढ़ेंगे। Classical Sanskrit as a vehicle of Indian culture. The development of Sanskrit grammar began with Panini in 400 BC with his book Ashtadhyayi. अब इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन की अष्टाध्यायी किसने लिखा है? पाणिनि ने लिखा है। ये जेपीएससी 2011, बीपीएससी 1992 2010 and UPRO/ARO 2017 में आया हुआ क्वेश्चन है. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगेन आई एम एम्फोसाइजिंग कि बुक्स एंड उनके राइटर्स हर एस्पेक्ट में इंपॉर्टेंट है. आप कोई भी पढ़ो, याद रखो उसको. Ashtadhyayi being the oldest book in Sanskrit grammar, some of the Buddhist literature belonging to the Mahayana and the Hinayana schools are even written in Sanskrit language. The book Mahavastu of the Hinayana school is a treasure trove of stories and written in a mix of Sanskrit, Pali, and Prakrit. Lalita Vistara Sutra, the most sacred Mahayana text, and Ashwaghosh's Buddha Charita were also written in संस्कृत. अब अश्वघोष ने बुद्ध चरिता लिखा है. ये क्वेश्चन सीएससी 1998 में डायरेक्टली पूछा गया है. तो दिस बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगेन आई एम एम्फसाइजिंग राइटर्स एंड बुक्स आर important. Sanskrit is the only language that transcended the barriers of religion, regions, and boundaries. From the north to the south and from the east to the west, there is no region in India that has not contributed to or has not been affected by the Sanskrit language. The various literatures in the Sanskrit language have been discussed in the chapter or on literature. The chaste form of Sanskrit developed between 300 to 200 BC and was a refined version of Vedic Sanskrit. One of the earliest pieces of evidence of the use of Sanskrit can be found in the rock inscription of Rudradaman I at Junagadh, also known as Girnar rock inscription in the present-day southern Gujarat region and is dated around 150 AD. In South India, the Chebrolu inscription in Andhra Pradesh of Satvahana king Vijaya issued in 207 AD, is also the earliest debatable Sanskrit inscription from South India so far. It was discovered in 2019. However, it was the Gupta period during which the use of Sanskrit in poetry can be traced back to. This was completely a period of creation of pure literature, which is evident in the works as uh, Mahakavyas, epics, and Khandakavyas, semi-epics. In the field of Sanskrit literature, this period is known as a period of unique creation because of the variety of literary works that developed at the time. Another important aspect of the period is with regard to the ornate style in the literary works. Many of the plays developed during the Gupta period were also written in Sanskrit. However, it is to be noted that one of the features of these plays was the use of Sanskrit language by the characters of high Varna and the use of Prakrit language by the women and the Shudras. ये क्वेश्चन मैंने यहाँ नीचे लिख रखा है. ये क्वेश्चन CSC 1995 में आया हुआ है. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप ये नोट करके रखो कि संस्कृत लैंग्वेज का जो यूजेस था प्लेज में, वो हाई वर्णास जो रहते थे, ब्राह्मण एंड क्षत्रिय, उनका दिखाया जाता था. एंड प्राकृत में शूद्रास और विमेन ये लैंग्वेज यूज करते थे. मतलब प्राकृत वो यूज करते थे, संस्कृत नहीं. तो आई हैव रिटन दिस क्वेश्चन हियर. इन संस्कृत प्लेस रिटन ड्यूरिंग गुप्ता पीरियड, विमेन एंड शूद्रा स्पोक कौन सा लैंग्वेज? प्राकृत. तो CSA 1995 का ये क्वेश्चन है, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Again, if we move on to Middle Indo-Aryan group, the period of development of this subgroup is between 600 BCE and 1000 AD, and it started with the development of Prakrit language. Prakrit is understood as being natural, original, and casual, and was used as a common tongue without any strict rules of usage. Prakrit is a broader term under which all the Middle Indo-Aryan group of languages are generally clubbed together. Many languages such as Ardha-Magadhi, Pali, used by Theravada Buddhists and Upper Brahmsa, find their origin from Sanskrit. एक एक करके पढ़ेंगे. अ, तो एक चीज जो मुझे क्वेश्चन एक लगा जो कि यहाँ पे नहीं मेंशन है, तो मैंने अलग से लिख दिया. बीपीएससी 2000 में एक क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था जिसमें पूछा गया था लैंग्वेज यूज्ड इन द इंस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ अशोका इज. तो उसमें एक ऑप्शन प्राकृत था, तो प्राकृत हो जाता आंसर. अर्लीस्ट इंस्क्रिप्शन ऑन स्टोन रिटन इन प्राकृत. तो ये यूपीपीसीएस 2009 का क्वेश्चन है. यू शुड नोट इट हियर. Prakrit was associated with the common people. On the other hand, Sanskrit was orthodox, had fixed rules, and was used by learned people or the elites, especially Brahmins. The writing of the text in Prakrit was relatively a late development as compared to Sanskrit. Prakrit and Ardha Magadhi languages were used in Jan Agamas. It is important to note that the period of transition from one language or dialect to another was slow and cannot be separated into strict chronological periods. Prakrit includes the following: Pali. It was widely spoken in Magad. It was popular during the 5th to 4th century BC. According to some scholars, Pali originated either in Ujjain or Takshila but spread across the Vindhyas and into northeastern regions. It was closely related to Sanskrit, and the texts in Pali were generally written in Brahmi script. The Tripitakas of Buddhism were also written in Pali. It served as a lingua franca of Theravada Buddhism. It is believed that Buddha himself did not speak in Pali but delivered his preachings in the Ardhamagdi language. अब पाली में एक क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था पाली से रिलेटेड कि मिलिंदा पानो जो है जो मेनेंडर ने लिखा है वो पाली टेक्स्ट में है या नहीं। तो पाली टेक्स्ट में है और यूपी पीसीएस 1996 में ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है। Magadhi Prakrit or Ard Magadhi, it is the most important kind of Prakrit. Its literary use increased after the decline of Sanskrit and Pali. Buddha and Mahavira perhaps spoke Ard Magadhi. Again, it becomes very important to note this. It was the court language of few Mahajanpads as well as Mauryan dynasty. Several Jain texts and the rock edicts of Buddha were also written in Ard Magadhi. तो earliest language in which the earliest Jan literature was compiled, ये question UPPCS 2006 में पूछा गया था. This becomes important. It later evolved into many languages of eastern India such as Bengali, Assamese, Odia, Maithili, and Bhojpuri. Shora Seni. It was widely used to write dramas in medieval India. It is also referred to as dramatic Prakrit. It was the predecessor to Northern Indian languages. Jain monks mainly used this version of Prakrit while writing. The oldest text of the Digambar Jains, the Shatkhandagama, is written in Shauraseni. Maharashtri Prakrit. This was spoken until the 9th century AD and was the predecessor of Marathi and Konkani. It was used widely in western and southern India. It was the official language of Satvahana dynasty. अब ये सतवाहना डायनेस्टी की ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज प्राकृत थी, ये क्वेश्चन यूपीपीसीएस 2021 में पूछा गया है, तो दिस बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सेवरल ड्रामा several dramas were written in this language such as Gaha Kosha by King Hala and Godavahu slaying of the king Goda by Vakpati. Ilu. It is an ancient form of Sinhala language of Sri Lanka. It is similar to Pali. Paishachi, it is also referred to as Bhuta Bhasha, dead language, often regarded as Prakrit. It is considered an unimportant dialect. Gunadhyay's Brihat Katha is an ancient epic is written in Paishachi. There is one chapter dialected in Paishachi Prakrit in Prakrita Prakasha, a grammar book on Prakrit language attributed to वारारुचि. तो ये किसने लिखा है? जैसे बृहद कथा गुणाध्याय में लिखा है, वारारुचि ने प्राकृत प्रकाश लिखा है. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आया नहीं है एग्जाम में, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि ये आ नहीं सकता है. दिस शुड बी हाईलाइटेड हियर. नेक्स्ट इज अपभ्रंश टर्म. अगर ये टर्म की हम बात करें तो एक क्वेश्चन आया था सीएसई 1996 में जिसमें पूछा गया था कि to denote early forms of some modern Indian languages, which term is considered? So apabhramsha is the term. So the development of apabhramsa, corrupt or non-grammatical, took place in the 6th to 7th century AD. Apabhramsa is also an umbrella term used to refer to dialects other than Sanskrit or even Prakrit. It represents a transition from Middle to modern Indo-Aryan group of languages. Apabhramsa gradually became a literary language and was used to write several texts, legends, etc. Apabhramsa developed its own identity by the 7th century AD. This can be highlighted by the fact that Bhamaha, a renowned poet of Kashmir from the 6th or 7th century AD, divided poetry into Sanskrit, Prakrit, and Apabhramsa. Also, Dandin said that Apabhramsa is the dialect of common folk. Many Jain monks and scholars wrote extensively in Apabhramsa, thereby sustaining the language. Major works include Pushpadanta's Mahapuran, दिगंबर जैन टेक्स्ट है ये, धानापाला's भावी सयातकः, ये भी एक्सेट्रा, ये सब अपभ्रंश के एग्जाम्पल्स हैं। Modern Indo-Aryan group. The language belonging to this group are Hindi, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, Punjabi, Rajasthani, Sindhi, Oriya, Urdu, etc. The language under this group developed gradually after 1000 AD. These languages are mainly spoken in the northern, western, and the eastern parts of the India. Har jagah hi basically. Romani is an Indo-Aryan language that is a part of uh, Balkan Sprachbund. This is the only new Indo-Aryan language spoken exclusively outside Indian subcontinents. Next is Bengali language movement. After the birth of Pakistan in the early 1948, Bengalis found that the money order form, which was used for sending money through the post office, included only Urdu language and excluded Bangla. This led to the start of Bengali language movement in the East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. So the demand of Bangla as one of the national languages along with Urdu was raised first by Dhirendra Nath Datta from East Pakistan in the 1948 in the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. अब ये क्वेश्चन इस स्टेटमेंट पे बेस्ड क्वेश्चन सीएससी 2021 में आ चुका है और ये दिस स्टेटमेंट वाज करेक्टली आस्क्ड तो करेक्ट चूज करना था दिस स्टेटमेंट वाज करेक्ट on the 21st February 1952, police opened fire on rallies where people sacrificed their lives for the mother tongue. After years of conflict, the central government granted official status to Bengali language in 1956. The UNESCO in 1999 announced 21st February as International Mother Language Day. अब CSA 2021 में एक क्वेश्चन आया हुआ था बस यूनेस्को की जगह उन्होंने यूनिसेफ कर दिया था दिस स्टेटमेंट became wrong there. तो ऐसे क्वेश्चंस ऐसे स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आर इम्पोर्टेंट टू नोट. यहाँ पे आप इन दोनों स्टेटमेंट्स को तो हाईलाइट कर लें. ऑल्सो डेट्स कैन बी आस्क्ड इन सेवरल एग्जाम्स. तो दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट. In order to promote awareness of linguistic and cultural diversity and to promote multilingualism. The day was formally recognized by the UN in 2002. The UN also established 2008 as the International Year of Languages. Next is Dravidian group. This group mainly comprises the languages spoken in the southern part of India. Around 25% of the Indian population is covered under this group. Proto-Dravidian gave rise to 21 Dravidian languages. According to some scholars, Dravidian emerged from Prakrit and Pesacha languages. They got blended with Negrito languages. The Dravidian group can be broadly classified into three groups: नॉर्दर्न ग्रुप, सेंट्रल ग्रुप एंड सदर्न ग्रुप. नॉर्दर्न ग्रुप की अगर हम बात करें तो इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ थ्री लैंग्वेजेस दैट इज ब्रहुई, माल्टो एंड कुरुक. Brahui is spoken in Balochistan, Malto in the tribal areas of Bengal and Odisha, while Kuruk is spoken in Bengal, Odisha, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. Locations are important. Regions are important. Central group की अगर हम बात करें तो it consists of 11 languages that is Gondi, Khond, Kui, Manda, Parji, Gadaba, Kolami, Pengo, Naiki, Kuvi and Telugu. अब कोई की अगर हम बात करें तो ये एक ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज है और ये क्वेश्चन सीएससी 2021 में पूछा गया है तो दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट. Only Telugu became a civilized language and is spoken in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, whereas the others are tribal languages. Southern group की अगर हम बात करें तो seven languages belong to this group: Kannada, Tamil, Malayalam, Tulu, Kodagu, Toda, Kota. Tamil is the oldest among them. Among these 21 languages of Dravidian group, the four major languages are as follows: Telugu, numerically the largest of the Dravidian languages; Tamil, oldest and purest form of language; Kannada, Malayalam, smallest and the youngest of the Dravidian language group. Tulu language की अगर हम बात करें तो Tulu is also a Dravidian language mainly spoken in Dakshin Kannada and Udupi of Karnataka and in the northern parts of the Kasaragod district of Kerala. The native speaker of Tulu are referred to as Tuluva or Tulu people and the geographical area is unofficially called Tulu Nadu. As per census of 2011, there are 1.8 million Tulu speakers in India. Hence, efforts are being made to include Tulu in the 8th schedule of the constitution and to impart the official language status to it in the Karnataka and Kerala. Tulu is known for its oral literature in the form of epic poems called Pardana and traditional folk theatre Yakshagana. It is very important. हमने culture वाले dance forms वाले chapter में इसके बारे में पढ़ा है. Sino-Tibetan group. Languages under this group belong to the Mongoloid family and stretch to all over Himalayas, North Bihar, North Bengal, Assam, and up to the northeastern frontier of India. These languages are considered to be older than Indo-Aryan languages and are referred to as Kiratas in the oldest Sanskrit literature. Languages belonging to this group are spoken by 0.6% of the Indian population. The Sino-Tibetan group is further divided into Tibeto-Burman and Siamese Chinese. तो तिबेतो-बर्मन की अगर हम बात करें तो languages under Tibeto-Burman group are divided into four groups: Tibetan, Sikkimese, Bhutia, Balti, Sherpa, Lahuli, Ladakhi, Himalayan, Kinnori, Limbu, North Assam, Abor, Miri, Aka, Dafla, and Mishmi, Kuki, Garo, Bodo, Miki, Naga, etc. Methi is the most important language spoken under this subgroup and is mainly spoken in मणिपुर. तो मेथी कहाँ से एसोसिएटेड है? मणिपुर से. दिस इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. एसोसिएशंस बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. Siamese Chinese, Ahom is one of the languages which belong to this group. However, this language is already extinct in the Indian subcontinent. Ahom कहाँ से associated है? Assam से. So this is important to note. Next is Austric. Languages under this group belong to the Austric Asiatic subfamily, which is represented by the languages of Munda or Kol group and are spoken in Central Eastern and Northeastern India. Some of them are also belong to the Mon Khmer group, that is Khasi and Nicobaris. तो CDS 2018 में ये पूछा गया था कि मोन खमर ग्रुप से एसोसिएटेड कौन सा लैंग्वेज है तो इट इज खासी. These languages have been in existence much before the advent of Aryans, and thus these were referred to as Nisadis in the ancient Sanskrit literature. Santhali is the most important language under this group and is spoken by the Santhal tribe of Jharkhand, Bihar, and Bengal. So the associations are important. With the exceptions of Khasi and Santhali, all the Austro-Asiatic languages in Indian territory are endangered. Endangered मतलब अब कम लोग इसको बोलते हैं. Others, this group includes several Dravidian tribal languages such as Gondi, Orao, Praji, and are very distinct and cannot be classified in the groups mentioned above. Differences between Indo-Aryan groups and Dravidian group of languages are as follows. The root words in the two language families are different. There is a different grammatical structure in the two groups. The grammatical structure of the Dravidian family is agglutinative, that is, the combination in which the root words are united results in little or no change of form or loss of words. The grammatical structure of the Indo-Aryan group is inflected, that is, a word ending or its spelling changes according to its grammatical function in a sentence. Next is official languages of India. Very, very important. Article 243 is very important. Of the Indian Constitution of India states that official language of the Union government shall be Hindi in Devanagari script. So this statement can be asked in exam और ये पूछा भी गया है CDS में I guess. I have not I do not remember the year specifically, but it has been asked. So this should be noted. Unless Parliament decided otherwise, the use of English for official purposes was to cease 15 years after the Constitution came into effect. That is on 26 January 1965. This means that over a period of 15 years from the commencement of Indian Constitution, Hindi will replace English as the official language. Parliament can decide if English can be used as the official language. This clause led to the protest against across the nation by the non-Hindi speaking communities against the change in the official language from English to Hindi. This protest resulted in the enactment of the Official Languages Act 1963. This act declares Hindi in Devanagari script as the official language of the Union. English has been given the status of subsidiary official language of the Union. The Constitution of India has also made a provision for each of the Indian states to choose its own official language for communications at state level. There are many languages listed in the 8th schedule of the Constitution which may be used by the states for official purposes. Initially, the following 14 languages were selected under the 8th schedule और उसके बाद काफी सारे ऐड हुए हैं. तो इनिशियल जो 14 लैंग्वेज ओरिजिनल थे वो थे आसामीज, कन्नड़ा, उड़िया, तेलुगु, बंगाली, कश्मीरी, पंजाबी, उर्दू, गुजराती, मलयालम, संस्कृत, हिंदी, मराठी, तमिल. अब सीएसई 2014 में पूछा गया था कि क्लासिकल लैंग्वेज में इनमें से कौन कौन है, तो गुजराती है, कन्नड़ा है. नेक्स्ट पढ़ते हैं. लेटर सिंधी was added in 15th as the 15th language through the 21st Amendment Act 1967. अमेंडमेंट एक्ट as well as कौन सा लैंग्वेज ऐड हुआ था वो पूछा जा सकता है. Three more languages were added by the 71st Act, Amendment Act 1992. They are Konkani, Manipuri and Nepali. 92nd Amendment Act 2003 से चार languages ऐड हुए थे एक शेड्यूल में. They are Bodo, Maithili, Dogri and Santhali. Thus, at present, 22 languages in total are listed under 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. Note, there is no national language. वहाँ जब भी बात की है हिंदी की ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज की तरह बात की है, नेशनल लैंग्वेज की तरह नहीं. तो अगर ये स्टेटमेंट दिया गया कि हिंदी इज द नेशनल लैंग्वेज ऑफ इंडिया, सो नो, Hindi is not the national language. Neither the Constitution nor any act defines the word national language. The Constitution does not specify an official language for the states for conduct of their official functions. States are free to adopt an official language. The language to be adopted by the states need not be one of those listed in the 8th schedule. Several states had adopted an official language which is not listed in the 8th schedule. This can also be a statement. This can be a confusing statement, so please pay attention. Tripura, Coke Borok, belonging to the Sino-Tibetan family. Puducherry, French. Mizoram, Mizo. English is not in the list of 22 scheduled language as per the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. This can also be asked in the exam. Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland are the only states in which English as their only official language have English as their only official language. This can also be asked. Status of classical language. ये पढ़ते हैं. In 2004, the government of India declared the languages that meet certain requirements would be accorded the status of classical language of India. So, the following criteria was laid down to determine the eligibility of the languages to be considered for classical language as a classical language. So, considered for classification as classical language. High antiquity for its early texts recorded history over a period of 1500 to 2000 years. A body of ancient literature text which is considered a valuable heritage by generations of speakers. The literary tradition to be original and not borrowed from another speech community. The classical language and literature must be distinct from modern. There may also be a discontinuity between classical language and its later form or its offshoots. Languages so far declared to be classical language are the following: Tamil 2004, Telugu 2008, Malayalam 2013, Sanskrit 2005, Kannada 2008, Oriya 2014. अब 2014 के सीएसई में ये क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया गया था कि विच लैंग्वेज वाज गिवन क्लासिकल लैंग्वेज स्टेटस रिसेंटली. तो अगर किसी ईयर में ये ऐड होता है कोई भी क्लासिकल लैंग्वेज, तो उस ईयर में इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आने के चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं और आपको एक वर्ड में आंसर देके इसका एक नंबर मिल सकता है. तो प्लीज प्लीज नोट दिस केयरफुली. The government has been criticized for not including Pali as a classical language, as experts argue that it fits all the above mentioned criteria. A proposal for granting classical language to Marathi language is under the consideration of the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. अब benefits क्या क्या है? The Government of India's resolution states that the following benefits will accrue to a classical language to a language declared as classical language. Two major international awards for scholars of eminence in the classical Indian languages to be awarded annually. A center of excellence for studies in the classical language will be set up. The University Grants Commission will be requested to create and to start with, at least in the Central University, a certain number of professional chairs in the classical languages for the scholars of eminence. The National Education Policy NEP 2020 emphasizes on the study of classical language in the school as an additional optional. As per NEP, in addition to Sanskrit, the teaching of all other classical language of literature of India, including Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Odia, Pali, Persian, and Prakrit, will also be widely available in school as options. This is very helpful and very important to note. National Translation Mission क्या है? So the National Translation Mission (NTM) is a Government of India scheme to facilitate higher education by making knowledge texts accessible to students and academies in Indian languages. The NTM aims to disseminate knowledge in all 22 languages listed in the 8th schedule of the Constitution through translation. A combination of efforts is made to orient translators, encourage publishers to publish translations, maintain databases of published translations from into and between Indian languages, and to become a clearing house of information on translation, to establish translation as an industry in India. It is expected to facilitate the modernization of languages by developing new terminologies and discourse styles through translation. At present, the NTM is engaged in the translation of all pedagogic material related to higher education in 22 languages. Lingua franca. A lingua franca, also known as a bridge language, common language, trade language, or vehicular language, is a language or dialect systematically used to make communication possible between persons not sharing a native language or dialect. In particular, when a third language distinct from both native languages. Uh, Lingua franca has been developed around the world throughout human history, sometimes of commercial reasons, but also for cultural, religious, diplomatic, and administrative convenience, and as a means of exchanging information between scientists and other scholars of different nationalities. The best example is English in the present time. Latin was lingua franca of Roman Empire. Death of a language क्या होता है? After 1971 census, the Indian government had stated that any indigenous language that is spoken by less than 10,000 people would no longer be considered in the list of official languages of India. According to UNESCO, any language spoken by less than 10,000 people is potentially endangered. Most dying languages are from the indigenous tribal groups spread across the country. A few of them are the languages spoken by the nomadic people in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Telangana. The critically endangered and extinct languages of India. When a language is left with no speaker and the usage is stopped, it leads to a socio-cultural loss. Language loss has been a reality throughout history. The native speaker of a language keeps migrating from their language to another as per social and economical needs. In this migration, if they stop using their native language altogether, then in the intergenerational period, language death and language extinction occurs. UNESCO has been releasing an atlas of the world languages in danger since 1996 and identify the languages in danger and to preserve the languages from being extinct. The World Atlas of Languages (WAL) is an interactive and dynamic online tool that documents different aspects and features of language status in the country and languages around the world. It aims to provide a detailed record of languages as communicative tools and knowledge resources in their socio-cultural and socio-political context. The UNESCO World Atlas has four levels of endangerment between safe, not endangered, and extinct, which are as follows: vulnerable, definitely endangered, severely endangered, critically endangered. As per WAL, India has 197 languages which are endangered, vulnerable, or extinct in this list. Among these, five languages are extinct, 42 are critically endangered, seven are severely endangered, 62 are definitely endangered, and 81 are vulnerable. This is the highest number of languages endangered for any country in the world. The five extinct languages of India are the languages of Himalayan belt. They are as follows: a home language or Thai or home language, northeast Indian subcontinent; Andro, Sino-Tibetan language in of Manipur; Rangakas, Sino-Tibetan language of Uttarakhand, Singmai, Sino-Tibetan language of Manipur, and Tolja, Sino-Burman language of Uttarakhand. More than half of the endangered languages have fewer than 10,000 speakers and therefore have not been recorded in the Indian census. The United Nations UN proclaimed 2019 as the International Year of Indigenous languages. This is also an important fact. Later, 2022 to 2032 has been proclaimed as the International Decade of Indigenous Language by UN. Out of 191 languages of India that are classified as vulnerable or endangered, following 42 are the critically endangered languages as per UNESCO record. तो यहाँ से हम next lecture में करते हैं. So till then keep watching घटना सूत्र and keep learning. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में. बाय.